Good morning. I'm here joined by Mr. Tererai Mudimu, the spokesperson of an organization called Zimbabwe Citizen Movement. And here to talk about the hashtag Zimbabwean Lives Matter. Perhaps you can start by introducing yourself and your organization.
Thank you, Mr. Mawere. I just want to greet all the people around the world, especially the Zimbabweans. We are the Zimbabwe Citizens Movement, which was formed about 4 months ago. This came as a tool that the other youth that are in different organizations thought that they should come together and try to discuss a way forward for the nation, especially in terms of development. So
all right.
that this is what we are about. What we are about, we are about civil education. We need the people to understand the Constitution. We need the people to understand their rights. We need the people to know their role in nation building. So that is the most important aspect of the organization, which is to give the people information that is needed in order for us to enable the environment of nation and community building.
All right. So you were established where, in Zimbabwe or in South Africa?
We established in Zimbabwe, but right now we are worldwide. We've got members all over the world. We've got members in the US. We've got members in Australia. We've got members in South Africa and members in Zimbabwe. But the most important thing that we wanted to say was we've got communities of Zimbabweans around the world. Almost in every part of the world, we've got communities of Zimbabwe. So we can basically say the movement is everywhere, but based in Zimbabwe.
Or based in Zimbabwe? And
yes,
you personally, are you based in Zimbabwe?
Personally, I am based in South Africa. I am in Cape Town. That's where I do most of my work. I work with different youth to do a different set of work that we do in terms of arts and culture. So we continue to showcase the talent that Zimbabwe has got, and the talent and the potential that Zimbabwe can and bring to the world, and the change that Zimbabwe can give to the world. So that is basically our work that I do here in South Africa.
And then what is your understanding of the Zimbabwean problem?
Our understanding from the Zimbabwean problem is basically centered around civil education. It seems as if most of our people doesn't understand what is our role and the role of government. And by that, I'm trying to say we don't really understand who is the government and who is supposed to be in control. So I think the root of our problem is we have given all the power to the officials, which are not the government, because they represent the government. We are the government, and the officials represent the government. So that is basically what we have noticed, that we've got a big problem, which is we have given all the powers to the officials, which is the power should be with the government, and we are the government, which is the majority. So I think that our problem is rooted in that we don't really understand who we are and our role in nation building. So hence we are stuck in poverty.
That's your understanding?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Okay, because I see you are using we, and as if that is a shared understanding. Do you agree that your understanding need not be the same understanding as the other people who are also involved in the Zimbabwean affairs?
Yes, very much on that perspective, I do agree with you, and I share the same understanding. But you know, when when we talk about a community doesn't consist of one person. There has to be a person is a person because of other people. So that's where the we comes. The we comes in the sense of humanity, in the sense of our being as human beings, not in the sense of trying to impose our philosophies on other people. But it is a we that comes with the standing that we are people because of other people. So we are Zimbabwe because we are Zimbabwe. Without us, there will never be Zimbabwe. So that's where the we comes in picture. I don't know if you do understand or if it makes sense to you.
No, it does create a problem, because your understanding, the moment you have a better understanding than others, it's no longer democratic. Because a shared understanding would ensure that each individual acting in his or her interest wants something to happen. Do you see it as a bigger problem that people who are elected office bearers sometimes end up taking the position that they alone know what the problem is?
Yes.
So
just to respond to that point, I think that's where I feel that we have got it wrong, and that's where most of our problems are emanating from, where we have given all the powers to the office bearers, whereas the power has to be with the people. The people should have the power. The office bearers should execute the power of the people. But now it's a vice versa situation.
But you are also an office bearer, because I saw the statement. You call yourself spokesperson.
Yes.
Of Zimbabwe Citizens Movement.
Yes.
Are you sure that the Zimbabwe Citizen Movement is representative of the opinions of the majority of the people? Or you are trying to impose your own understanding of a problem that may be simple or deeper than what you think?
On that particular point, I would want to say that we are not imposing. That's why we are open for conversation, because we can only be better through conversations, through exchanging of ideas. So when we come together and we sit on one table as Zimbabweans, that's why we've got the name Zimbabwe Citizen Movement, because we have to be the citizens, all of us as Zimbabweans, and then we can come and create that one voice, and then we can come and have that one mission. We can have a shared value through integrated and progressive conversations. So that for us to do that, we need to have a point of contact, hence Zimbabwe Citizens Movement.
So if you look at, let's say you were to invade President Mnangagwa's mind as a person, not as a president, and you ask what is in his mind in relation to the Zimbabwean problem, what do you think you would find in his mind?
In relation to President Emmerson Mnangagwa, I wouldn't want to say much and comment much about his mind, because basically that's one thing that any human being can't do. No one will ever know what is in the other person's mind. But if we were going to be given a chance, in my view, this is a personal opinion. I'm not speaking on the capacity of the movement. In my personal capacity, I believe that he also wants to get a legacy for himself, which is he wants to bring Zimbabwe to its glory, so that even himself can have his own legacy to leave when he goes out of this earth.
No,
this is my personal.
I'm saying, when you talk of citizens, just imagine what somebody else thinks and is informed of. Let's say I say hashtag Zimbabwean Lives Matter. to
Yes.
him as head of state and head of government, what do you
Yes.
think are the ideas that are resident in his mind? Just
Yeah, the idea
imagining,
that,
you know.
yes. But from my perspective, I would think that he is very much not happy with the Zimbabwean Lives Matter movement, because it threatens his position of power, which we have seen that he's abusing a lot through his misunderstanding of the work that he's supposed to be doing. So I believe that he will never support, he will be very much against the Zimbabwean Lives Matter movement. And he would also want to push his own ZANU-PF agenda. So, in my perspective and in my view, I would think that he would never support a movement like Zimbabwean Lives Matter, even though in his philosophies, he wants the lives to matter.
Okay, let's
So in his
give,
mind, there is contradiction. I would say in his mind, there is contradiction of philosophies that he needs to fix. If I could invert his mind, right?
yeah, let's say I am, you are playing a game now.
Yes.
Would you be interested in my own take on what he would be thinking in his mind?
Yes, yes. I would be very much interested to hear your text.
My name is Emerson Ambuzo Mnangagwa, born in Zimbabwe, under a brutal, oppressive regime. I joined the struggle at a young age to liberate not only me, but my people. That was a protracted struggle. In 1980, we got independence. And while we were fighting, I obtained a lot of knowledge, information about real life as it pertains. The majority of the people were not concerned, or if they were concerned, they were not prepared to take the next step, like us, the stockholders of this project called Independent Zimbabwe. We successfully liberated it through sacrifice and blood. Now we are a sovereign state. Our job is to liberate our people. We know what our people want, and we have been on the journey to providing what our people want. There may have been problems on the way, but essentially we are the custodians, we are the guardians of this revolution. And this is the second republic, but premised on protecting and promoting the rights of the people of Zimbabwe. Where any other person who says Zimbabwean lives matter is a regime change agent who wants to derail the progress we have made towards totally emancipating ourselves. We have recently concluded an agreement with the white commercial farmers so that we resolve the lingering problem with respect to land. There is no property right, there's no crisis in Zimbabwe. The people who have caused crisis are people like Mudimu, who purport to be proponents of constitutionalism, rule of law, yet they don't have any credentials to show for it. So I am the president of the people of Zimbabwe. I speak on behalf of all the people. I was elected in 2018, and I'm going to win the next election in 2023. So how dare you call yourself Zimbabwe Citizens Movement when I, on behalf of the people of Zimbabwe, all the people, have the power and duty to protect the republic from malcontents like you speaking from Cape Town, having run away from Zimbabwe. And you are now trying to teach us what the rule of law is and is not. How dare you?
But can I come in there?
Yeah.
Because the first part of the life of Mr. Mnangagwa was very profound, but then it met a lot of struggles along the way, which tarnished his image, which is something that is working to clean now, which is something that I respect him for, that he's trying to clean his image. But at the same time, he cannot do it at the expense of other people. This is our chance, Mr. President, if I was to be speaking to him directly. This is our chance, Mr. You had your chance to do what is best for us. That today now we walk freely, we can talk freely. We are trying to build a new Zimbabwe. But for him to continue being at the helm, it seems as if he still have got this revolutionary strategy, which is not working in the new Zimbabwe, because we are not fighting it. All what we are fighting is poverty. So I would say to him that no matter he thinks that he's representing the people of Zimbabwe, which the people, I am among the people that were not happy with how the elections were conducted in 2018, which he claims that he won. So Mr. Mnangagwa is not our problem, right? Our problem is ourselves for putting trust in him, not putting trust in ourselves as citizens. Because we make the economy run. We make the world go round. It's not the other way around. We are the labor. We do the work. We do the construction work while they sit in offices. So at the end of the day, we should take the baton and be the frontline workers. So that also, Zimbabwe Citizen Movement also speaks to the labor movements as well. We have seen how the labor movement has been working with political parties in the past and not producing results for the working force. Those are some of the issues that we are saying we should take introspection and look into the real problems in our society, in our community, as Zimbabwe. Right here where we are in Cape Town, we see a lot of disunity among ourselves. There is no Mnangagwa here. So all of those issues speaks to ourselves as the citizens of Zimbabwe. What are we doing? What are you doing, Mr. Mawere? What are you doing, Mudimu, to do the best for the nation, to develop the community? That should be our fundamental philosophy that we should build the nation on. Not the fundamentals of revolution, not the fundamentals of ZANU-PF in 1974 when we are in 2020. The world changes, and we should change with the world. And they should understand that there is always room for new blood. The cycle continues.
Who is your president? Yourself, personally, right now.
I am my own president. I am the government.
Which country are you in?
I am the government.
Which country are you in? Are you resident?
As of now, I'm residing in South Africa.
Who is your president?
Mr. Ramaphosa.
Yeah. Or who is your mayor?
I cannot really say his name is an Afrikaans name. I don't want to butcher it because I cannot really say it properly. I don't want to butcher the name.
You are concerned about citizenship.
Yes.
In a place where you are not resident.
But here I'm an African citizen in this continent. Remember, I'm still at home. I'm in Africa. I'm a citizen of Africa. I'm an active.
No. Do you believe that? What do you think the role of government is? or should be. Why do you need government? If the people
The role
in
of
government are dead, imagine you have a country of dead people. Do you need a
then
government?
there's nothing to govern. Then
Yeah.
there's nothing to govern. Like I said, I think at my opening remarks, I did differentiate between the government and official. Remember, Mr. Mnangagwa, Mr.
saying
Ramaphosa, those
no,
are government officials. The government is the
you
people.
turned your back on Zimbabwe yourself.
No,
Where are you
I
now?
think that
Where are
any
you?
normal human being would find a way of survival.
Where are you now?
Zimbabweans are not turning their backs. They are not turning their back on Zimbabwe. They are
Where
simply
are you?
trying to survive. So
Where are you?
I just want to correct that point to say that I hear a lot of people, a lot of journalists call me and say you have turned your back and you are trying to solve this. We've never turned our back on the nation. We are
Not
just
we.
simply trying to survive.
Not we.
This is what we are doing.
No, not we.
I am
okay.
I
We have
am trying to survive.
we have Mr. Laxon, who is a member of the C2C, and
Yes.
he is a paid up member of this association intended to bring people together.
Yes.
So that we can be able to come up with a shared understanding, and that's why he's here. Good morning, Mr. Achuai. He's based in Botswana.
Morning, Mr. Mawere. Morning, everyone on the platform.
Morning.
Yeah. You wanted to say something.
For sure. It's very good that you brought it on the platform. I feel my brother on the other side should understand certain things, that we had things that cropped up in Zimbabwe, and such movements never brought anything. He is saying he is representing Zimbabweans. I'm one person, a Zimbabwean citizen, who is just hearing of the movement today. So how can then he say he is representing me when I am not a shareholder in the movement that he proclaims he represents? You know, there is what the former president, Mr. Mugabe, said about one man who cropped up and had a certain movement, which he called the type of Maduk style. Things happen today, there is a group that follows. Things happen tomorrow, there is a group that follows. Things happen the next day. You know, when you don't share a common understanding, you will never go anywhere. I wish you could follow what Mr. Mawere has done. He is trying to say, bring what you have, all of you. Then from there, we have a structured community with a common understanding, not to just say, I am a Zimbabwe movement, a citizen movement, what I don't know the movement, which is very wrong, because you are not representing me. I don't know about your movement, and I don't know the ideology behind it.
Can I come
so
in
I
there?
Cannot wait. I cannot say you are representing me, because I don't know what you are carrying.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Can I respond to that?
Let's hear. So let's hear the other, because they are provoked to come here. What's your name?
My name is Lonely. Lonely.
Yeah? Which one?
Lose lonely, so repashtupa.
Or
Nyocha mkuru wangu abokutaura izvezvi ka. Ari kurevesa nokuti muna zvikuitika vana baba wangu ka. I might be young panyaya kuZimbabwe because I'm only 24 years. Which is ndakada kutaura pana vanhu vakatanga imi mudzongwani vanonditi uri mwana mudiki nyara wamachangoziva. Which is the same problem yatiri kusangana nayo futi kuZimbabwe mugovernment yekuti government inoramba kubva ichiti hatipa vana vadiki nyika. So tikabvisa that mentality yekuti hamuteereri bvune munhu munochidikika, it will be fine. 1, 2, munhu anogona kuuya nemovement yakati ari kufamba nemovement yakati inenge isingazivikanwi and there is something behind it. Munoti ndakatombotsvaka mamwe platforms ekuti nditsaure inini my own understanding panoitika kunyika kwedu, because now as far as I concern sekuona kwanda kuita inini maZimbabwe lives matters ari kuitika, maprotests ari kuita kuZimbabwe is because of there's only certain people that have got hunger of power. Achanzi nyaya kugadzira nyika yanyaya nzara yesimba yandakuona kuitika kunyika kwedu. Nokuti ezvo chatipa ngoko you find out somebody else is telling you that let's go and protest. Let's go and protest. Vanhu vari kuurayiwa. Ndandimufana 2008 Jackson yakawina 2008 awina tangirai. He never asked people to go for protest because aizati vanhu vanofa. So isi tiri kutumwa kunofa tega takadhibha matonozviurayisa nokuti isi maZimbabwe icho zvinange takangwara ini takadzidza but kakudzidza kedu katinako kacheka koka akasi kutibetsera nokuti some people they say the devil
talking about that.
Okay, and then Archie. Thank you very much, Dolphin. Let's get to Archie. Who is Archie? Archie.
Okay, yeah, Archie is now Zimbabwean. I'm from the Ivory Coast originally, but I've been living in the United States now for about 20 years. So I'm just watching you guys from Phoenix, Arizona, and I believe this is a very interesting dialogue that you guys are having, because unfortunately the opportunity to have in-depth dialogue and most importantly to listen to one another, it's not too often afforded to all African parties. So I do appreciate the effort at least to communicate, to be able to understand and listen to one another and see how together the Zimbabwean people can have a better situation for the people. Because ultimately, for me, my understanding of the government, the role of a government, because I hear the president earlier ask, what do you think of the role of the government? For me, the government is there to provide a platform for the people to prosper. And if the government cannot accomplish that task, that's a failure from the parts. And at that point, they have to leave the place for those who can probably attempt to do better than they did. We have to be sure, you have to make sure that in Africa, you can establish some form of a continuity, also some form of peace, especially in the transfer of power. I mean, I'm from the Ivory Coast. In the coming October, you're gonna have some elections in the Ivory Coast. But what happened? The former president, the current president, conveniently changed the constitution to allow himself to run for 3rd terms. Now, again, my country is pretty much on the brink of another civil war, and that cannot be tolerated. That's a problem in Africa. The first and the anger for power, for lasting ever power. At some point, we have to know how to let it go. Nobody has to be on power forever until death. No, you have to be able to let the young generation continue the work that you guys started. That's what continuity is. So, thank you so much for the opportunity, and I think this is a very good dialogue you guys are having.
No, thank you very much. It's people like you that make this platform inclusive, because sometimes we think in silos, and the first silo is the human mind. We think what is known to me is reality, because I know it. And sometimes ideas matter. If I have an idea, I think everybody else must have the same idea. When reality is otherwise, those I don't like, I see them as enemies. And I tend to point fingers when actually the best finger is with me. So here we are trying to provoke people to come together and create a radio of their own choice. When they do so, hello, there's somebody with another device. Hello, there's somebody with another device. Hello? Hello? Yeah, there's somebody.
Mr. Mawere. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I might be leaving now.
Yeah, we are also leaving. Hello?
So I just wanted to give my last remarks.
Okay.
Just to answer to the first brother that commented there and said that he doesn't even know about the Zimbabwe Citizens Movement. That's why we are here today, so that more Zimbabweans can understand, more Zimbabweans can know about us, and that's why we are open to dialogue. So that every Zimbabwean can be part of these discussions, and we can all pave the way forward. Like the brother from Ivory Coast, they say, dialogue doesn't happen in Africa a lot. We don't get a chance to discuss. We don't get a chance for the youth to get the platform that they need. We need to have a strategy for continuity. That's why we are coming. I heard my brother speaking about the Maduku strategy. Those are the strategies that we are trying to do away with. How old is Mr. Maduku? We need new blood. We've got new advocates that are coming from university that have got PhDs who are Zimbabwean. I think, yes, sir.
Just know that age has nothing to do with wisdom. Age
that we do agree, but I was speaking to the point. I was speaking to the point of continuity. I was saying that what our society needs is continuity.
We'll talk about that, our yes, time is up, but we'll talk about it. But I want you to think about it. That a problem does not require age to resolve it. Age
that we do agree.
Age has no continuity. Life has no silos. It doesn't have walls. We are human beings, and we are inclusive by diversity. We are stronger when we are together, independent of your weight, your age, whatever you are. So I think bear that in mind until we meet again. We are going to have a show on journalism. Those who are interested in participating in it, I'll close this show and send a new link because we have a program on journalism. So we will send you the link.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks.